But how could he slow down when the woman who held his whole world together was lying on the edge of death? As Mendeecees waited, trembling, Yandy's mother arrived, strong, sharp, protective, a force of nature. She took one look at him, broken, panicked, desperate, and her face hardened like stone. "This is your fault," he froze. Her voice was ice, loud enough for half the hall to hear. "You know the kind of danger your past brings. You know the kind of people attached to your name. And now look at her." Her pain came out as anger. Fear came out as blame, and she unleashed it without mercy. Before he could respond, Yandy's brother Devon stepped forward too, eyes blazing with resentment and judgment. "Don't. Act innocent. Yandy's been covering for you for years. Now she's in a bed fighting for her life, and you're standing there like you need sympathy." The words hit like fists, punch after punch after punch. This wasn't just grief. This was history boiling. Over every family conflict, every disagreement, every old wound, all of it erupted at once. And the worst part? Mendeecees didn't fight back, because a small part of him wondered if maybe they were right, as the family argued. The outside world exploded. Within minutes, social media flooded with speculation. She was being chased. She was running from someone. She was meeting someone before the crash. She was arguing with Mendeecees before it happened. It wasn't an accident. People posted blurry images, fake text messages, conspiracy videos, anything to fill the void. But then, something real surfaced. Witnesses said Yandy's car was speeding before it lost control. Speeding like she was trying to get away from something. Or someone the theory sent chills through the fan base. Was she threatened? Was she scared? Was someone following her? And if so, why? Then it happened. While sitting beside Yandy's unconscious body, her hand cold. Her breathing controlled by machines, Mendeecees' phone buzzed. Blocked number. Unknown sender. One message. "I know what happened to Yandy. It wasn't an accident." His blood ran cold. He stood up, staring at the message, heart pounding. Another text arrived. "Someone wanted this, and they're closer than you think." The entire body trembled. The room felt smaller. The machine's beeping felt louder. Who would send this? Who knew this? Who was watching him? Before he could react, he felt a hand on his shoulder. It was Tasha, Yandy's best friend, her face pale, her eyes wide with fear. "We need to talk," she whispered. They stepped aside, away from the family's angry eyes. Her voice shook. "I know who did this." The words hit him like a lightning strike. "This wasn't an accident," she insisted. "Yandy was targeted." He grabbed her arm. "Tell me who." Her eyes darted around the hallway. "There's someone from her past. Someone with a serious grudge. Someone who wanted her out of the way." A chill rippled through him. Yandy had had rivals, competitors, people envious of her influence, people who hated how powerful she'd become. But who would go this far? Before she could answer, the hospital door swung open and Yandy's mother stormed toward them. "You think she's your friend?" Yandy's mother spat, pointing at Tasha with trembling fury. "She's been jealous for years. She wants everything Yandy has." Tasha gasped. "That's not true." "Save it," her mother snapped. Then she turned to Mendeecees, voice now a low, venomous whisper. "You want the truth? Tasha's the one you should be questioning." Right. Silence fell. A heavy, suffocating silence. Mendeecees stared at her, the woman Yandy trusted more than anyone, suddenly looking unfamiliar. Dangerous, suspicious. Little moments flashed through his mind. Tasha showing up unannounced. Tasha giving unsolicited advice. Tasha being overly invested. In Yandy's personal life, Tasha acting strange the past few weeks. Had all the signs been there? He didn't know what to believe anymore, but he knew one thing. He needed answers. He left the hospital in a storm of adrenaline and heartbreak, and drove straight to Tasha's apartment. When she opened the door, her face drained of color. She could see the fury burning in him. "You need to tell me the truth," he said, stepping inside. "Did you have anything to do with Yandy's accident?" She backed away, breathing fast. "Mendeecees, Please, answer me, then. A whisper, yes. The world stopped. He felt like the floor fell out from under him. Why? He choked. Why would you do this to her? She collapsed into sobs. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I was angry, jealous. I was tired of watching her win. She had everything. Her career, her influence, you, the family, and I had nothing. Her confession shattered everything. Betrayal from a stranger is one thing, but betrayal from the person Yandy trusted most was unforgivable. Back at the hospital, doctors were fighting to keep Yandy alive. Machines beeped, monitors flickered. Time moved slowly, painfully. Her mother cried silently at her bedside. Devin stood guard, arms crossed, eyes red with rage. The waiting room felt like a battlefield after the war, and then the doors opened. Mendeecees walked in, eyes empty, hands shaking, heart broken in a different way now. He approached Yandy and rested his forehead gently on her hand. I know. The truth now, he whispered. And I'm not letting anyone else hurt you. Not ever again. Yandy's life still hangs in the balance. The family is fractured beyond repair. Mendeecees is carrying a truth too heavy for one man. Her betrayal is only the beginning of a deeper, darker story, because now the police are involved. Investigators are tracing calls, examining skid marks, reviewing highway footage. And what they find might shake the entire world around Yandy. Was Tasha acting alone? Or was there someone else? A bigger enemy, a hidden threat still lurking in the shadows. One thing is certain. This story is nowhere near over. Yandy's next chapter will expose secrets that were never meant to be revealed. And when she wakes, if she wakes, the world around her will never be the same. The hours after Tasha's confession felt like days. The hospital smelled of bleach, metal, and fear, a suffocating cocktail that lingered on every corner. Of every hallway, nurses moved with quiet urgency, whispering updates that never seemed hopeful enough. Inside Yandy's room, machines hummed, pumps clicked. The heart monitor beat unevenly, like a rhythm struggling to remember its purpose. Her body lay still, wrapped in bandages and bruises, her face swollen, her breath shallow. Her beauty, the beauty that radiated power on screen, that carried confidence through boardrooms, that lifted entire communities, now hid beneath tubes, tape, and trauma. Her mother prayed under her breath. Devin stiffened every time a doctor walked by, and Mendeecees' eyes, bloodshot, hadn't moved from his chair. He kept replaying Tasha's confession like a loop he couldn't escape from. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I just wanted her to stumble. Every word cut deeper, but something still didn't add up. Something in Tasha's eyes wasn't just guilt, it was fear. A fear of something bigger, someone bigger. And Mendeecees realized. Tasha wasn't the mastermind. She was the pawn. The true enemy was still out there. Two detectives arrived at the hospital the next morning. Detective Alicia Warren, sharp eyes, colder tone, calculating mind. Detective Hale.com, reserved and impossible to read. Warren pushed her badge forward. We need to speak with the family. They entered the waiting room, scanning everyone, reading faces like open books. She turned to Mendeecees. We understand you received a threatening message. He nodded and handed over his phone. Warren studied the texts, her brows furrowing. This looks personal, she said. Devin scoffed. Everything around my sister is personal, Warren continued. We'll need to speak to Yandy's close friend, Tasha. The room fell silent. Mendeecees inhaled slowly. She confessed. Warren froze. Hale straightened. Confessed to what? Warren asked. That she caused the crash, Mendeecees said. Warren stepped closer. How did she admit to tampering with the car? Chasing her? Threatening her? She said she wanted Yandy to stumble, he replied. Warren exchanged a look with Hale, the kind of look detectives shared when a case suddenly became much darker than they expected. What Tasha said isn't a confession. Warren said slowly, it's motive. But we need method. Need evidence? We need details, Devin snapped. So you're saying she walks free? No, Warren said. Not when there's a woman in there fighting for her life. Tasha will be brought in immediately. But something in Warren's voice carried a warning. This isn't just about Tasha. Someone else was moving behind the scenes. The police tracked Tasha's last known location, but by the time they reached her apartment, she was gone. Door unlocked, phone left behind, clothes missing, a top wiped clean. Hale glanced around the empty room. She ran. Warren shook her head. Someone made her run. Back at the hospital, Mendeecees received the update and felt a knot twist in his stomach. Tasha isn't doing this alone, he whispered. She's scared of someone. Yandy's mother stepped in. Who would do this? Mendeecees looked down. Someone Yandy never wanted to talk about. Her mother's face tightened. Someone from her past? He nodded. And for the first time since the accident, fear replaced anger in her eyes. Detective Warren returned with a stack of papers. A folder thick enough to make anyone nervous. We pulled security footage, she began. We found something. She placed a screen in front of them. On it played grainy highway footage, cars rushing past, commuters minding their business. Then suddenly a dark sedan appeared behind Yandy's SUV. Too close. Aggressively close. Warren froze the frame. That car tailed her for 27 minutes before the crash. Devin jumped from his seat. So she was being chased. Warren nodded. Someone wanted her scared, and she zoomed in on the license plate. Most of the numbers were blurred, except one. One number. One digit Yandy would have recognized. Instantly, 7 Mendeecees felt his breath falter. Don't tell me. Warren cut him off. That number belongs to the vehicle registered under a known associate of Shayla Henderson. The room went dead silent. Yandy's mother gasped. No, not her. Anyone but her. Devin clenched his fists. She's back. Mendeecees closed his eyes, dread washing over him. Shayla Henderson, a former business rival, a jealous ex-associate, a woman with a criminal record, and a history of sabotaging Yandy's projects. A woman who blamed Yandy for ruining her life. A woman who once told Yandy, "You took everything from me. One day, I'll take something from you." And now, that day had come, just when the investigation pointed to Shayla. Yandy's body betrayed her. Machines beeped erratically. Nurses rushed in. A doctor shouted, "We're losing her oxygen levels." Her family was pulled out of the room as the medical team fought to stabilize her. Blood pressure dropping, breathing uneven, heart rate spiking, brain swelling worsening. Devin slammed the wall. Mendeecees froze in terror. Yandy's mother collapsed into a chair, shaking violently. Her strongest daughter, the glue of their family, was slipping away. Doctors worked tirelessly for agonizing minutes. A nurse finally stepped out. "She's stabilized for now," she said. "But she's getting weaker. The next 48 hours are critical." Mendeecees felt the words carve into his soul. "She must survive," he whispered. "She has to." 3 hours later, detectives finally located Tasha. Not alive, not injured, but hiding in an abandoned office space she once used. For a side business, shaking, pacing, muttering to herself, Holly approached cautiously. "Tasha, we need to talk." She didn't scream, she didn't run, she simply whispered, "Is she dead?" No, Hale replied, "But she's close." Tasha sank to the floor. "I told her to stay away," she said. "I warned her. I begged her. I said Shayla would destroy her." Warren stepped forward. "So you're saying Shayla Henderson planned this?" Tasha nodded, trembling uncontrollably. "You don't understand. Shayla has people, money, influence, connections. Yandy wasn't just her target, was her obsession." "Why?" Warren asked. Tasha swallowed hard. "Because Yandy exposed her 2 years ago. The fraud, the manipulation, the shady deals. Shayla lost her investors, lost her house, lost everything. And she swore she'd return the pain." Tasha looked broken, defeated. "She asked me to help her get close again. I refused, so she threatened me. She threatened my family. She made me watch. And when I tried to warn Yandy, it was too late. Tasha wasn't the villain. She was. Puppet, with strings pulled by someone dangerous. Warren stood still, absorbing every word. Then she said something that chilled everyone. Tasha, need to take you into protective custody. Just as detectives prepared to move Tasha, Hall noticed something out of place. A phone on the floor buzzing repeatedly. Tasha flinched the moment she saw the caller ID. It's her. She whispered. The screen showed one word. 7. Shayla's codename. Her signature. Her sick reminder. Warren picked up the phone and placed it on speaker. A cold, taunting voice filled the room. Tasha, sweet Tasha, have you finally told them how you failed me? Warren stepped in. This is Detective Warren. Shayla Henderson. You are wanted for attempted murder, Shayla laughed. A slow, eerie sound. Oh, Detective, you're late. You think this is about a car crash? You have no idea what's coming? Warren's jaw tightened. What are you planning? Shayla smirked through the speaker. Something much bigger than Yandy. You should worry about the next target. The call ended. Tasha collapsed again. No. She's going after someone else. She's not done. Yandy was just the beginning. Back at the hospital, Yandy's family huddled for updates. Suddenly, armed officers entered the waiting room. Everyone needs to stay inside, one commanded. This hospital is now under protective lockdown, Devin stood up. Why? What happened? An officer responded. We received credible information that the person responsible for Yandy Smith's crash may target a second victim connected to her. Mendeecees' heart stopped. A second victim. The officer nodded. Someone very close to Yandy. And then it hit him like a punch to the chest. Shayla wasn't done. She was coming after Yandy's daughter. Before Mendeecees could breathe, he sprinted down the hall, shouting for security. Where is Skylar? Where is my daughter? A nurse rushed over. She's in the pediatric wing. Mendeecees didn't wait. He ran like he never had before. Doors burst open. Hallways blurred. His heart hammered like a war drum. When he reached the wing high, froze, because Skylar's room door was already open. A figure in black was inside. A hood. A mask. A silhouette reaching toward the child. Hey! Mendeecees roared. The figure jerked back, startled. Skylar screamed. Security rushed in. The figure lunged toward the window, smashing through the glass, jumping onto the emergency ladder, and disappearing into the night. Mendeecees grabbed Skylar, holding her tight as she sobbed into his chest. It's okay, baby. I got you. Deez. Here, but inside, he was shaking. Shayla wasn't just threatening the family. She was willing to kill a child. Hours later, Mendeecees sat beside Yandy again. Skylar asleep in his arms. Security posted outside the room. I wish you'd wake up, he whispered. I need you. The kids need you. Your family needs you. He took her cold hand. There's so much I didn't know. So much you hid because you wanted to protect us. He leaned closer. But I'm done being protected. Now I'm the one protecting you. And for a moment, just a faint, fragile moment, her finger twitched. A tear slid down his cheek. Come back to me, baby. Come back, we're not done. Detective Warren burst into the room. We found Shayla's safe house. Mendeecees stood up. Let's go. You can't, she said firmly. It's police only. But he stepped closer, eyes burning. You don't understand. She went after my daughter. I'm not sitting in a hospital while you chase shadows. Warren held his stare. Then she nodded. Double quotes fine, but stay behind me. What they found at the safe house changed everything. Blueprints of the hospital. Photos of Yandy. Photos of Skylar. Threat letters. One file labeled Phase 2, the final blow. He opened it. Inside was a photo that made Warren go pale. It was a picture of Yandy's mother. Shayla wasn't stopping. She wasn't slowing down. She wasn't backing off. She wanted to destroy everyone Yandy loved. Back at the hospital, nurses suddenly rushed toward Yandy's room. Monitors beeped. Lights flashed. Doctor called out. She's waking up, her mother cried out. Devon ran. Inside, Mendeecees sprinted back from the hallway just in time to see Yandy's eyes opening. Weak, clouded, barely conscious, but open, baby. Mendeecees whispered. She blinked slowly, her lips trembling as she tried to speak. Mendeecees. Her mother sobbed. Yandy's fingers twitched again. Her eyes moved, searching through the fog of pain, exhaustion, and confusion. Who did this to me? A question heavy enough to break the world. Mendeecees took a breath. There's something you need to know. Her eyes slowly met his. It wasn't an accident. Her heart monitor spiked. It was Shayla, he said. Yandy's eyes widened, not with fear, but with something colder. Recognition. Because deep down, she had known this moment would come.